Hello everybody. I am currently at Menards and I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna try to find some shapes that I can see in the store here. So let's take a look. The first thing that I've come across here is some planting supplies. As you can see, we've got a circle. What's interesting about this is on the back side. It kind of talks about what the item is. It's a cork mat. And as you can see, it's got a 12-inch diameter. So we could pretty easily figure out the area of this circle, which would be good to know if you're trying to fill it with soil in a pot or something, or you needed to know how big a pot you're gonna use. So this one, if it's 12 inches, the radius would obviously be 6, and you could just use pi r squared to figure out that area. I'm currently over in the fire pits and I found a trapezoid. As you can see by this fire pit, I'll back up for you. The face of the fire pit right here, this bottom piece is actually a trapezoid. We've got parallel lines here on the top and the bottom, and the sides are not parallel. So that means that would be a trapezoid then. We could figure out its area by taking the length of the top parallel line and the bottom parallel line. We could average them out, divide them, so that would just be adding them up and dividing by 2, then multiply it by the height there. It's a pretty cool grill. I have found a cylinder now. I've got a Coleman water dispenser. It is a cylinder and it might even give us the volume in terms of gallons. We've got 5 gallons on there. So yeah, we could probably figure out its area though if we wanted to figure out the area of the base, and that's pretty easy to do. You just take off the top of it, find its radius or diameter, figure out the area of the base, which we've already talked about with the circle, and multiply it by its height, and then we would have its area. The next item that I have for you might be my favorite item. Lava lamps. Lava lamps for sale here for only 20 bucks a piece. And we can actually find the volume of this lava lamp, but it's actually a little bit tougher than you think. It's made up of different cones. There's a partial cone down here, a partial cone right here, and then this whole top piece is a partial cone. And we know the formula for a cone is 1/3 pi r squared times height. The problem is though, we're actually gonna have to take some pieces off. So if it were to come to a point up top here, we would cut that piece off at the end. We'd figure out what that height is and cut it off at the end. Same thing down here. These don't actually come to a point. They're, as you can see at the zip tie here, it doesn't really come all the way to a point there. So we'd have to cut some pieces off, but we could get a good estimation. So pretty cool. Now I know we've already done circles, but I saw something that I just couldn't resist doing a little video over. A ceiling medallion. Now basically what this is for your light fixtures, so it doesn't just look like a light's coming out of the ceiling, you have something fancy around it. But it's got actually 2 diameters on it. As you can see, you've got an outside diameter of 16, and then you got an inside diameter of 4. So 2 diameters that you could see there. If you wanted to find the area of the shape, you would take the outside diameter and minus, sorry, it wasn't on the camera. You take the outside diameter, minus it from the inside diameter. Looks like if there's a lift coming, I gotta go. Okay, so now we're in the flooring section. I've got a couple shapes here on this tile. As you can see, I've got a square in the middle there. That's just base times height. Triangle is base times height, but divided by 2. And as you can see, that's a pretty easy way to figure out why that is. If you just took one of these triangles and maybe connected it, like flipped them around and connected these 2 triangles together, they'd be the exact same size as that square. So we're really just cutting them in half. And then our rectangle here on the very edge is just base times height as well. We are still in the flooring section here, and I found some parallelograms. Okay, to find the area of the parallelogram, it's the length of the base times the height pretty easy. I have a lot of students kind of forget what the area of that is because it doesn't look like a rectangle, but it has the same exact formula as a rectangle. So you just got to remember it's got two sides that are parallel, two pairs of parallel sides, just like a rectangle and just like a square. And that's why squares and rectangles are parallelograms, so they should have the same formula. That's all I've got. I'm going to try to do some shopping now. Thanks for watching.